a mess. The springtime mess that we'll have to clean up out here. Time to wake up, little fishies. Anybody else hate recycling day when it's really windy and your recycling bins and stuff blow all over the place? So I just walked out to the mailbox and got the mail. Also, I'm out here looking at our newly fallen tree that came down yesterday. So it's a pretty big tree that's come down. A lot of these old pines have been coming down. We had one come down this winter and it hit the house. Well, this one's come out right by the root. But the one that came down right on the house this winter, it landed right at the window where I was sitting and painting. So that was pretty scary. We've got some branches down here, just some debris that's got to be cleaned up. But it is chilly. Most of the snow melted yesterday, so I'm excited to take a walk around through the gardens and see how many tulips are starting to pop through. Let's go take a look. I don't see any out here yet in the front. Oh, but we do have some down there. Those, I think, are the iris. I'll have to check my sheet and see what I planted where out here. But there's another little one down there. That's what's left of the little pumpkin that I had out here. Lots of cleanup still to do. Again, our snow just melted yesterday, so it's uncovering all the mess from the winter. Oh, there's a nice big sprout there. You can see the airsoft pellets from the kids playing out here. We've got some more little sprouts coming up over here. Oh, this is so exciting. Mud. Okay, let's check out. I could see from the window where I sit over here at my window. You can see where the tree I was talking about hit the house. We've got a branch still stuck in the side of the house up there. But from my window, I could see these little sprouts that have come out. Again, our windy day, we get so many. But look at these cute little sprouts all coming out. That is so exciting. What a mess. The springtime mess that we'll have to clean up out here. The poppies. We'll get all this cleaned up over the next few days. Again, the snow just uncovered all of this yesterday. So my tree, my poor little twinkle light tree, the wind has taken a real beating on it, starting to come apart. don't want to walk in here because I don't want to step on any of these sprouts. Look at the little sprouts coming up. Oh, that's so exciting. But we have lots of cleanup out here. My boxwoods kind of got crushed from, again, the tree that came down in the winter. It totally destroyed all of those boxwoods, but we got it cleaned up and stacked all the wood over here. It knocked off this little tree, top of that tree, and we still have one more tree over here that has come down. So this spring will be a lot of cleanup for us with all these trees. But I'm excited that the snow is melting and we can finally see all the fresh growth that's coming up for the spring. So let's take a walk out to the pond and we'll check on it today and see how much ice we have left on it. We plugged the windmill in, I think it was 2 days ago. Yesterday was really windy, so it did start to bubble and started to make a hole in the ice. But today we have a big hole in the ice. Time to wake up all the little fishies. You can see lots of bubbles today with lots of wind. There's our windmill spinning away over there on the edge of the field. Perfect spot for it. It gets lots of wind to melt our ice. We had a great ice rink this season, lots of skating. The ice was awesome. Lots of pond hockey. One of our best seasons yet with the ice, but with the restrictions that we were under this year, we didn't get to share it with anybody, but we really enjoyed it this year. And as much as it was maintaining it and flooding it and keeping it going for the season, it was definitely worth it. But I'm ready for spring. Let's bring on the spring pond and our koi and our goldfish. So our water level will still keep rising. The dock very much still frozen into the pond, so it is a floating dock. Once the ice melts around it, it will pop up and float. Usually the water level will come up to the end of the dock here. But once we get all this ice and snow melted, we still will probably have snowfall and of course a lot of spring rain. It will bring the water up to probably where I'm standing. But that is definitely a sure sign of spring. Time to wake up, little fishies. The mess of spring. All the things that we use out on the ice and the snow, we get to find as the snow melts. It is still pretty cold out here today and windy. Good to have the wind to make the bubbles. This is the bunkie out at the pond. We have our lights set up for the ice rink. There's Here's my mural that I painted on the side of our bunkie at the edge of my garden. Oh, it's nice here. A little shelter spot out of the wind. I'm really excited this year to get this planted. It'll be my first year planting. Oh, I've got to put a log back up. That's fallen down there. I'll top up the beds with some more of the triple mix that I filled these with in the fall. I do have garlic planted in each corner of the beds. I have the cattle panel trellises that will be mostly cucumbers, any of the vining crops. So I'm going to put the vining crops on the cattle panel trellises. Sweet peas, I'm going to do lots of those. I'm going to have a cut flower garden up at the front of this space where I grew most of my stuff last year. Let's check on our winter sowing seed. One of my bottles, it was sitting down at that end and it got blown over in the wind yesterday. So I just picked it up and tried to move the dirt back in it the best I could. So we'll have to see what happens. So I think I put enough in there that they should be fine. Let's check and see if any of the garlic is coming through. I don't see anything in here. There's a peanut from our chipmunks. Nothing yet. And here's my little garden from last year. So this is where I gardened last season. It was in this little space over here. And I think this year, the focus of this space will be my cut flowers. I do have a lot of gladiola bulbs that I want to put into this space. The trellis on the end here, this kind of fence structure, I think will be great for my sweet peas. So that's what's going to go in there. But what else can we put in here? I don't know. Forsythia, it should start budding up really soon and getting those bright yellow flowers. This is a well-established shrub that's been here forever. We moved in, it was here, some boxwoods. Again, some more debris and branches from the wind that we've been having. Lots of cleanup, so that will be on the agenda over the next few days to get all of this leftover mess cleaned up. The Christmas ornaments, they were frozen into the containers, which are no longer frozen, so I'll have to get those all cleaned up. Any tulips over here coming up? Nothing yet. I don't see any tulips in this section yet. I also have tulips in these two containers that are on either side of our fireplace. So, well, it looks like spring, but it's still pretty cold out here. How does your spring garden look? Do you have any tulips or any signs of spring in your garden? Leave me a comment below. My name is Bonnie. This is Artist in a Garden. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.